Hey guys, this is Vacations, and it's a regular rant party because welcome to another rant on another movie that I think is an overrated pile of garbage. And that movie is Machete, or however the hell you pronounce it. Because I've never pronounced machete. Like, who says that? Like who? Except for Robbie Rod. Like, who the hell calls a machete a machete? You know what I'm saying? Oh, Jason killed the teenagers at Crystal Lake with the machete. We gotta give it a Mexican accent. Because we're doing a Mexiploitation action movie. Should be more like inaction movie, because Danny Trejo can't move worth shit, and he's slow as a motherfucker. So anyway, first off, this trailer never did anything for me from the very beginning, except for the Grindhouse trailer. That, you know, in the movie Grindhouse, where you had the Machete trailer, which looked like it might be fun. You know, Danny Trejo with a coat full of knives, you know, using them and abusing other people with them. Well, that coat full of knives that you see on the poster of the movie, for the movie, is not in the fucking movie! The poster is a lie. The trailer is a lie. It has a scene in the trailer that isn't in the movie. Like, I like the fact that, you know, Robbie Rod, I like the idea that he was going to do this movie, an exploitation tribute to the Grindhouse movies of the 70s, but what he decides to do instead is he decides to make a movie to shoehorn his political agenda dealing with the border and just try to make a political, I don't know, a political parody and then combine it with an exploitation movie. It just doesn't fucking work. So I'll get into, you know, long enough, you know, further into this rant why it doesn't work. This movie gets a 6.7 out of 10. The critics just sucked its dick. And I don't understand it because Machete sucks dick. In my opinion, it sucks dick. It sucks big dicks all day long. It's a shitty action movie. It's a shitty excuse for an action movie because the action scenes that are there aren't much of anything. You have maybe a few scenes that are okay, but a lot of it's just half-ass shit that you've seen in Robert Rodriguez's other movies, like Once Upon a Time in Mexico, and, you know, and the like, you know, Desperado and all that kind of stuff. And, you know, just using, you know, he's basically just rehashing shit he's done in other movies. And I'll just rather watch those instead. I'll watch From Dusk Till Dawn 2 times in a row rather than watch this again. It's a better movie than Machete. I'm a shitty piece of shit. I'd be better off with my time taking 2 machetes and shoving them right at my ass and cutting myself in 2 than watch this fucking shit. It's torture. It's not only a shitty action movie, it's not even, it's boring. It's boring, it's lackluster, and this gets the pass. This gets a 6.7. This gets the critics screaming in their pants. This gets a higher rating than Death Wish 3 and Death Wish 2. A higher rating than Tango and Cash. It gets a higher rating than Cobra. Those are all movies that are better than this film. I'm sorry, they're better than Machete. It's, in my opinion, it's insulting to consider this movie better than exploitation movies that are a lot better than this piece of shit. You know, Exterminator 2, that's better than this. The first Exterminator is better. You also have, what about that other, Vigilante? You know, that's better than this fucking piece of shit. Those are all better exploitation action movies than this movie. I'd rather watch Jim Kata than watch Machete, because at least Jim Kata knows it's a bad movie. It's about a guy who he's using pommel horses to kick people's asses. It's a gymnast trying to be an action hero. It knows that right from the beginning, and it's not going to take itself seriously. Here, when you have this political agenda dealing with the border and all this kind of bullshit, dealing with Robert De Niro's senator and dealing with investigation with the IMF or the Border Patrol or some shit, it doesn't really immigration, you know, basically it's this movie is Robert Rodriguez's excuse to put in the immigration angle, his political views on immigration into a movie. And he just decided to just, you know, basically throw in the immigration angle and then throw in Danny Trejo and then call it a day. And it just doesn't fucking work. So, anyway, I've gotten that off my chest. I'll go in more depth later. But the movie was released in 2010. It does not deserve to be called an action movie, in my opinion, because there's nothing at all, no action sequences are memorable, and there's even scenes in the fucking movie where Machete doesn't even do anything. Yeah, that's your action movie, folks, where, you know, Machete, you know, has a weed whacker or whatever, and he's just toying with some dude, and doesn't use it, and that's the joke, because Machete isn't gonna waste his time with these you know, dudes. Which isn't funny. It's not a funny joke. Even if Stallone did that in Cobra, it wouldn't be funny. It wouldn't be funny if Paul Kersey did it. It wouldn't be funny if Dirty Harry did it. It's just stupid. So, there's even like a scene where one dude actually just says, "I quit!" And then Machete just lets him go. I'm like, what the fuck is this? Anyway, what's really frustrating about this movie for me is because it has potential. It has potential. It could have just been a fun, you know, throwback to the exploitation movies of the 70s. Just went all out and had fun with itself, not try to pull some political bullshit out of its ass. So and the movie begins, I actually like the first 5 minutes of the movie, where you have Machete, you know, he's this federale, you know, and Machete Cortez, he's a federale, you know, he's in Mexico, and the film opens up in Mexico, where Machete and his younger partner they're on a mission to rescue a kidnapped girl, played by Maria J. Leal, and during the operation his partner is killed, because Machete's being a dumbass, and is really basically killing his friend so he can get to the bad guy, which I guess is a clever joke, although it just makes Machete seem like an ass. And his partner's killed, then the kidnap, basically, then he ends up using his machete and like decapitates like 5 people in like one scene. I thought that was really cool. That's a cool scene. Alright. You know, it's gory, it's practical, alright, it's kind of badass. And then the kidnapped girl, she ends up stabbing him because I think I'm thinking either she pulls a knife out of her pussy or she pulls a phone. If I remember correctly, I think she pulls a phone out of her pussy. I could be completely wrong. But either way, there shouldn't be anybody pulling anything out of their pussies in this movie. Okay? It's just stupid. It's just really dumb. It's not even funny. It's just like, what the fuck? It's like the random nudity in this movie. Not like I'm gonna complain. I'm not gonna complain about the random nudity. Okay, that's fine. But, you know, it'd be a better idea to, you know, make a good movie around that. I don't know, that will be helpful. So, the kidnapped girl, after she pulls a knife out of her pussy or pulls a phone out of her snatch, either one, she stabs Machete, she gets killed, and then Machete ends up getting betrayed by his corrupt chief, the powerful drug lord, Rogelio Torres, played by Steven Seagal. And yep, you have Steven Seagal and his fat ass in this movie after he's eaten way too many double cheeseburgers and trying to sound Mexican and failing miserably. It's like he's like combining his Louisiana accent with a Mexican accent, and it's just an unholy abomination of sound. It's just horrendous. It sounds horrendous. And Steven Seagal isn't even trying. It's just like he just doesn't try anymore, as evidenced by the end of the movie with his fight with Machete. How that ends. It's not even trying. That's just, oh, fuck it. That's basically what it was. I'll get to that soon. Fucking Steven fat ass Seagal. Now talk to your ass. Go talk to your ass, Seagal. Maybe you'll learn something. Maybe it'll tell you something about, you know, it'll give you a revelation about how, you know, shitty your career is. Or maybe that's why his career sucks so much, because Seagal spends so much time talking to his ass. Anyway, Seagal, Torres, he betrays Machete, kills Machete's wife, and then implies killing his daughter before leaving Machete for dead. And then the movie starts off 3 years later. And then you have Machete, who's down and out, and he's basically going around Texas trying to get a job. You know, might as well just have Machete fucking selling oranges on the side. Like, I'm like, really, this is a great segue. Like, I don't know. I mean, if you're doing exploitation, I thought they would go all out. I thought Rodriguez was going to go all out. Balls to the wall crazy. But nope. Nope. Have that first 5 minutes to decapitate some dude. And then what is he, instead of, you know, I don't know, trying to find his daughter or trying to get revenge right away. No, he waits 3 fucking years. I can't understand that. 3 years? You're gonna wait 3 years to get your revenge? I mean, and I know there's such a thing as called delayed gratification, but 3 fucking years? Come on now, 3 years? Like, can you imagine if the Death Wish, you know, Death Wish film, he waited 3 years to get revenge on his Paul Kersey waited 3 years to get revenge on his wife's murder. And just, you know, hung out and worked at McDonald's for the time being. Or was a janitor at a high school. Great. It's very entertaining. It's a lot of fun to watch. So he's scraping by on yard work. And then you have this character named Michael Booth, who's played by Jeff Fahey. And I like Jeff Fahey. I think he does fine. But he doesn't save the movie. The movie, it's shit. It's what it is. It's shit. So Jeff Fahey, I like him. I like him as an actor. I think he's an underrated actor. But I gotta be honest, I thought he did a better job in Darkman 3. So he plays a local businessman and a spin doctor who explains to Machete, which basically, I guess he's a guy who sets up things for the politicians. Explains to Machete that the corrupt Texas state senator John McLaughlin, played by Robert De Niro, who's a dick, who actually, you know, prides himself on, you know, killing Mexicans and doing whatever he can to stop the Mexicans from coming into the border. And then you hear this repeatedly, over and over throughout this movie. The Robbie Rod's fucking bullshit political message shoved straight up your ass. You're just getting raped with this message, just ass raped by Robbie Rod's fucking message over and over and over again throughout the whole movie. It's like you're getting butt fucked by the border. Just, oh, here comes the border. Here it comes again. Here it comes again. More border, right up your ass. And I'm like, no, Robbie Rod, I've had enough. I don't want to get ass fucked by the border anymore. Stop. So, he continues throughout the whole movie with that. You get fucked up the ass with the goddamn border. And, so then you have, you know, Robert De Niro, like, and you even have, like, shit that's supposed to be funny, but it isn't, like, political ads. Like, I don't want to watch political ads, okay? Keep your fucking politics out of my exploitation movie. So Robert De Niro, might as well be Robert Rodriguez, is sending hundreds of illegal immigrants out of the country, and in order to stop this, Booth offers Machete $150,000 to kill McLaughlin. And Machete accepts the murder contract after Booth threatens to kill him if he does not. Okay, alright, typical sort of, you know, shenanigans. And earlier in the film you also saw, well, you had this border guy, who is Don Johnson. Yeah, Don Johnson, blink and you miss a cameo. Of course, in the beginning opening credits says introducing John Johnson, like it's hilarious. Like, that's so funny. To be honest, I think that would be kind of insulting, really. If I was in Don Johnson's place and I saw the opening credits of this movie and it said introducing me, I'd be like, what? I have been in more. I was in Miami Vice, for fuck's sake. One of the highest rated shows on television. Introducing my ass. I've done more shit than Lindsay Lohan. So yeah, it's kind of insulting. So Don Johnson plays this asshole named Vaughn Jackson, who's a twisted border vigilante, who basically, there's a scene where him and the mayor, Robert De Niro ends up shooting a Mexican guy trying to cross the border. And they record it all. And Robert De Niro's like, this'll, you know, did you get that? Because that'll look good for my voters, or some shit like that. Yeah, because it's, yeah, great. Like, he wasn't a big enough asshole to begin with. We gotta, really strengthen that. Just like we gotta do with the border. So then, does this sound interesting to you? Does this sound exciting? Does this sound like fun? No, it doesn't, right? So the Machete trains a rifle on McLaughlin from a rooftop during a rally, but before he fires, he sees one of Booth's henchmen aiming at him. The henchman shoots Machete in the shoulder. Machete just drops like a fucking bag of potatoes, just down easily. But then Machete then gets up, and shoots McLaughlin in the leg. The henchman shoots McLaughlin in the leg. It's revealed that Booth orchestrated the attempt as part of a false flag operation to gain public support for McLaughlin's secure border campaign. It's basically just to build a wall. It was like an electrified fence. By setting up Machete as the gunman, the conspirators make it appear the outlaw illegal Mexican immigrant has tried to assassinate the senator, who is known for his tough stance on illegal immigration. Okay, when you look, when I'm just starting, this is a synopsis I'm reading here. Does this sound like an exploitation movie? Or does this sound like some fucking movie starring, Matt Damon, directed by the guy who did The Bourne Identity, and he's trying to stop some conspiracy? Because that's what it sounds like to me. It doesn't sound like an exploitation movie. This is the most complicated plot I've ever seen in an exploitation movie. I mean, this should have been just quick, down and dirty, violent, and fun. But nope. Nope. Fuck me up the ass at the border. So then, an injured Machete escapes capture by Booth and is taken to the hospital where to be treated for his wounds. And then he escapes from Booth's henchmen at the hospital in one scene where, like, he rips some dude's guts out and throws him out a window. Like, it's that's your over the top moment that just really just makes me shake my head more than anything. Like, oh, it's gory, but it's kind of like, I'm like, really? That's it? Take his guts out and throw him out a window? Okay, alright. Then you have Agent Santana Rivera, who's Jessica Alba, who can't act worth shit. She's a terrible actress. She just stick to doing modeling or doing commercials for beauty products. She's beautiful, I'll admit that. I'd hit that in a heartbeat. But she can't act. So, she's a persistent U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement agent. I hate this fucking shit. I hate that I have to keep saying all this fucking bullshit. This movie is just a pile of fucking bullshit. Just more bullshit upon bullshit. And the border, and then fucking immigration agents, and the IMF, and the CIA, and the DEA, and the NBA, and the NFL, and the fucking NRA. Just fuck me. It's like I'm watching a direct-to-video Steven Seagal flick again. It's like Attack Force 2. Machete strikes again. Well, Steven Seagal is in this movie, so that might explain a little. Maybe he added a little bit to Robbie Rod's screenplay. So, Jessica Alba is sent to her superior to find and capture the injured Machete. Machete, with the help of Luz, Michelle Rodriguez, aka She, what's her name, is She. I guess she's Sandal Bergman from that obscure sword and sorcery flick from the 80s. She's Shay, the leader of an illegal immigrant and movement known as the Network, and recruits Padre, Cheech Marin, his holy brother, to take revenge on Booth. And I like Cheech Marin. He's like the best part of the movie for me, is Cheech Marin. Like, he's fun. He has a few quotes I like. I like this one where, he's basically, Machete is like, I'm not looking for safe. He's like hiding in the church. And, this is a little exchange that Cheech Marin has with Danny Trejo. He's like, it's not safe for you to be here. I'm not looking for safe. No, I mean, it's not safe for you to be here. I absolve you of all your sins. Now get the fuck out. I like Cheech Marin. There's like one scene later where he's got a shotgun and he shoots a couple guys. And practical. Okay, I like that. Of course, he ends up getting crucified later, which is a bitch. But yeah, I like that. I like Cheech Marin. He's fun. So if you have all your sins, now get the fuck out. That's pretty much what I want to tell this movie. You know, get the fuck out. Go. Just get away. You know, go cross the border and electrocute yourself on that fucking fence. So in order to take revenge on Boof, Machete kidnaps Boof's wife and daughter, and his daughter, April, played by Lindsay Lohan, and she, after starring in an amateur adult film with them. Yeah, Machete, you know, what you saw in the trailer with the women by his side and a waterfall. You know, it's very good, wonderful stuff. Of course, you see naked, you see some see some titties, but just because I see some titties don't mean the movie's good. Okay? I want to see some titties, I'll go watch a porn. I won't watch a boring ass fucking action movie. So he does that video with Lindsay Lohan, and she looks wrecked. She looks wrecked in this movie. And then Machete also collects evidence from Booth's house, linking him, McLaughlin, to the Mexican drug lord in a major drug trafficking deal. Once again, it does not sound like the plot for an exploitation movie. It just seems like Machete, that's the problem I have with this movie too. It seems like Machete is so out of place in this plot. He doesn't fit in this plot. It's like trying to shove a round peg into a square hole. It doesn't work. If you're going to have this type of character who's this big, imposing guy who, you know, walks softly with a big knife, having him do shit like burn CDs and hack computers and crap, really? You can just have the fucking nerdy guy, you know, do that shit. Have Justin Long take care of that, not Danny Trejo. So after encountering Machete, Sartana begins to develop an interest in him. Elsewhere, Booth, who is revealed to be working for Torres, hires a hitman, or Osiris, played by Tom Savini, to assist in the hunt for Machete. And that's, you know, Osiris and the bad guys end up taking out Cheech Marin. And of course, what I was saying, Machete and Sartana, Jessica Alba, develop a little relationship, which is not something I want to think of, really. That's the things of my nightmares right now. Danny Trejo banging Jessica Alba. Gah. Ugh. During the confrontation, the Mexicans, illegals... Okay, no, I forgot. Booth and Osiris kill Padre in his church. They crucify him, but they do not find his own wife and daughter. And unbeknownst to Booth, the church has cameras. Candid camera, bitches! Through the CCTV recordings, the news of McLaughlin's corruption and faked assassination is eventually aired on national television. Infuriated, McLaughlin kills Booth and heads back to join Torres to kill Machete. Sorry, I'm out of it. In order to eliminate the people who double-crossed him, Machete gathers the Mexican network and leads them to the base of the Board of Vigilantes led by Vaughn Jackson, Don Johnson. Of course, it's, you know, oh, it's hilarious. They're riding in Go Riders that are, you know, jumping up and down and shit. This scene lasts maybe 2 minutes. What could be an epic, fun, over-the-top action sequence lasts maybe 2 minutes. The scene you saw in the trailer, Machete on the motorcycle with the minigun. Oh, he just jumps in the air, shoots some guys, and then is down. Done. That's it. That's all, folks. That's it. So just get up and go home. Because that's all you're going to fucking see. And during the confrontation, the Mexican illegals triumph over the border vigilantes in like 2 minutes. There's nothing. Even Don Johnson can't even get a dignified death. He dies off screen. You don't even see him die. You just see, oh, then blood, and he's dead. Great. Couldn't even give Don Johnson, you know, a proper death. Even though you went through all this trouble to, you know, introduce him. I'd like to introduce my fist to your face, Robbie Rod. Oh, I'm afraid. Oh, that's too bad. No, I can't do that because you probably like that. Because you probably like to get fist fucked. So I'll probably avoid that. So, God, this fucking movie. Such a fucking worthless excuse for an action movie or an exploitation flick. It's political bullshit first and foremost. An action exploitation movie second to last. it's not, it doesn't make any sense. It's just such an epic fuck up. You don't take that, in my opinion, I don't know, how am I in the wrong here? Critics love it though. I don't understand it. If you like the movie, that's fine. As I say in every video, that's fine if you like the movie. But I don't understand the appeal of this movie. I don't understand why it gets a franchise. I don't get it. Danny Trejo is the worst action hero ever. Period. He moves slower than Charles Bronson, than 70-year-old Charles Bronson in Death Wish 5. 70-year-old Charles Bronson in Death Wish 5 could outrun Danny Trejo. Clint Eastwood right now could outrun Danny Trejo. Danny Trejo is stiff, he's slow, he can't move, and all he has is his machete. That's it. And anything else he tries to do, he just, it's like premature ejaculation or some shit. You know, like your old guy's like, oh, I can't go for very long, so I just gotta come fast and then head off into the shadows or some shit. Because it's like just, oh, I'm gonna cut some dude's head off, or then I'm gonna jump in the air with a motorcycle and shoot something, and I'm done. I'm wasted. I can't do it anymore. But of course, the whole joke is that he can go on for forever, but it doesn't make any sense. Nothing about Danny Trejo makes you think action hero. I guess that's the point. It's supposed to be a joke. But you know what? It's not funny. It's not funny. It's just sad. It's sad and pathetic. Because the big joke is Machete saying shit like, Machete don't tweet. Oh, Machete don't text. Hilarious. But then, you know, shit like, he just, his joke is that he has no personality. Well, you know what? That's not funny. It doesn't work. It's not a funny thing to watch somebody who trying to be funny who doesn't have any personality. It might be funny once, but that's your joke? Don't have any words for that. How that's acceptable for humor. Somebody who can't even be funny, even if they're not even trying to be funny. Not trying to be funny isn't funny. When the hell is that funny? Come on, explain to me, Robbie Rod, why that is funny. Just having somebody who cannot be funny to save their lives, and that's funny. I don't get it. I think I'm too intelligent to get it. So anyway, so getting back to the rest of the movie, let's just finish this shit and get it over with. So during this confrontation, the Mexican illegals, they triumph over the border vigilantes. Oh, of course, I forgot, before they even get into this battle, you have this Oscar-worthy performance by Jessica Alba, and the screenplay by Robert Rodriguez, and Alvaro Rodriguez deserves an Oscar nomination for this line. Jessica Alba gets up on top of a car, starts talking to everybody, and she says, "We didn't cross the border crossed us." And I'm like literally doing this. Fuck. What? Really? The border crossed us. What a genius line of dialogue. That's a great line of dialogue, Einstein. I love it. It's just so inspiring to me. The border crossed us? If anything, the border crossed me. It crossed me, pissed me off. It made me cross. That's what the border did. It made me cross because of its incessant mentioning throughout this entire movie. This shouldn't even be called Machete. It should be called The Border Rules. Or some shit. Fucking Machete barely is you consider it, Machete is barely even in the movie. The movie concentrates more on the political bullshit than it does Machete and his revenge. Which, you know, don't fuck with the Mexican. Oh, yeah, really? Well, this Mexican, I guess he'll retire, he'll not do shit for 3 years and so fucking get lawn, escaping jobs. So, I don't know, maybe it's okay to fuck with this Mexican because he's a Mexican He won't do shit, and even when he has an opportunity to kick some ass at the end of the movie, he chooses not to, because that's a joke. I said it before, but I can't believe that a movie I can't believe I actually watched a movie where you have the lead, and he has an opportunity to kick some ass, and he's just like, nope, I'm not going to do it, because I'm better than you, and then everybody just relents and is like, okay, I quit. Be like in Commando, if John Matrix had that saw blade, and just, you know, was just playing around with the guys. And it was just like, no, I have too much dignity to hurt you. So go away. Go run away now, like the little girly man that you are. It doesn't work. It works maybe as a comedy, and that might work for Arnold, because Arnold has personality. Danny Trejo doesn't have any personality. Maybe if these jokes might work if Danny Trejo had one shred or iota of personality, but he doesn't have anything. It's like a wooden board with a mustache. So, to this climax, which isn't even remotely even close to a climax, where Jackson tries to escape, Luz, Shay shoots him in the back of the head, but you don't see it. Machete fights Steven Seagal's Torres in a fight by a minute and a half at tops, maybe just a minute. It's just about ting, 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 ting. Some more choreography and Spaceballs. Just ting, ting, ting. And then, you know, Steven Seagal does a flip, flips Machete on his ass. Machete stabs him with a big ass machete that he uses only in that one scene. And then Steven Seagal, like the fat ass bitch that he is now, grabs the knife and he's just like, you know, you may have got me, but I'll see you in hell. Fuck this. Ugh. He basically kills himself, commits seppuku. I don't need the exact lines of dialogue. I don't think I want to. Are they here on here? I'm just. Nope. I can't find it on IMDb. Of course, can't find those quotes. Can't find those. So yeah, he just kills himself. Fuck it. Fuck you. Ugh. And I'm like, fuck you, movie. And fuck you, you fat ass. Steven Seagal. I used to love Steven Seagal. I loved his, you know, early movies. But man, recently, he just eating too much. Getting too bloated. Not only is his body getting bloated, but his ego is too. You know what you keep saying about Lundgren and Van Damme in recent interviews? You know, can I laugh in your face? Well, I said, I'm going to relay the same thing to you, Seagal, after this pathetic performance, where you fucking kill yourself. Like, that's not even badass. He's so badass he won't let them kill him. Really? That's stupid. It's not badass. That's being a fucking coward. You're being a pussy killing yourself before, instead of, dying in battle. That's a pussy-ass move, Seagal. Might as well just kick Trejo in the balls. Seriously, pussy-ass move there. So, I'm going to relay the same, insult back to you, Stephen Fat-Ass Seagal. Can I laugh in your face? Because that's what I'm doing. That's what everybody's doing. Because you're a fucking joke. It's even more obvious in this movie. You're returned to the big screen after years, and you're almost too big to fit the big screen. You're too fucking fat to you're too fucking fat to fit the entire screen. Like you're just barely able to fit it. Like if you ate 3 more cheeseburgers before you shot the scene, there could have been a chance that you wouldn't be able to fit on the fucking screen. That's how fucking fat you are, Seagal, right now. So take your fat ass ego and take your fat alligator ass and stop making movies. Stop trying to act like you're better than Van Damme and Dolph Lundgren, who I guarantee could kick your fat ass all the way down the street and back. So stop making movies or lose some weight and then start making movies again. So then you're not just a fucking joke anymore, because you're a joke. You're a fat ass joke. You're the thing. You're the people that you know, when people talk about your mama jokes, your mama's so fat, they've replaced your mama with Steven Seagal. So, yeah. Let's take that to the bank. So, yeah, so yeah, Seagal kills himself, and then Machete, then April shows up. Yeah, fucking Lindsay Lohan in a nun's habit. She's dressed up like a nun. For whatever reason, fuck it, we don't know. They'll just have her dress up as a nun. Is it a homage to Miss 45? Because I seriously doubt Robbie Rod's even seen that movie. And even if he has, like, I mean, it's not even much of a homage. Miss 45 is 10 times better than this fucking shit. I mean, a fucking nun's habit shoots Senator McLaughlin, Robert DeNiro, but he's not dead because he has a bulletproof vest. And then, like, the end of the movie is some, oh, whoa, we have more political bullshit. McLaughlin, he's injured. He tries to escape. He gets dressed up as a Mexican, and he ends up getting killed by his own border vigilante group who mistake him for a Mexican, which doesn't make any fucking sense because the guys who shoot him are people that have seen him point blank right in the face multiple times. But this dumbass guy with a fucking ponytail, rat tail motherfucker, he's fucking blind, I guess. He's not only a stupid ass redneck, but he's fucking blind. So he shoots Robert De Niro and kills him for our message. It's our message. You gotta give him his comeuppance like it's just desserts. This is the kind of shitty story that, you know, that you would see in a shitty horror anthology like VHS. Try to pass it as a horror film. But in this time, it's as an action movie. And then the film ends with Machete meeting with Sartana, Jessica Alba, who gives him a green card. They kiss, and they ride off into the night. And then before the credits roll, the announcer says Machete will return, and Machete kills, and Machete kills again in space. And I'm really honestly just rather see Machete kill himself instead. I'd rather see Machete kills himself so he puts himself out of his misery so I don't have to watch any more of his shitty movies. But nope, we're getting another one. And yeah, that's gonna be fucking awesome. So look forward to that, you know, rant coming soon. And I really don't know what to say about Machete, except it sucks dick. And I really, this is a rated out of 5 stars. I hated this movie, so to be honest, I have no desire to watch this movie ever again. There's nothing about it that is memorable. I don't understand how this gets so much praise. There's nothing about it that's particularly memorable, or action-packed, or, I don't know, it's a shitty action movie. It's a shitty exploitation movie. Everything about it just doesn't work for me. It's not my cup of tea. It's just something that it's like a gift you'd give me, and I'd be like, you know what, it's like when somebody buys you an ugly ass sweater, you know, for your birthday or Christmas, and you know, you hate this, but at the same time, you don't want to be a dick about it, and you know, oh, you know, you want to be like, I hate your fucking sweater, but in this case, this movie sucks so much, it's like the most shittiest sweater ever, that I have to say something. Just to make sure that nobody else buys this movie's bullshit. Because this movie advertises itself as an exploitation movie, and all it is a political thriller with a little bit of ultra-violence. That's it. It's not what it advertises it is. It's a fucking liar. Just like the poster with the knives, with the coat of knives that you don't see in the entire fucking movie. There's so many things. I probably forgot things. Like, I just remember one more thing about this movie I remember that was stupid. Like, Machete would just change in and out of this outfit with a vest with knives on it. So we'll have a scene where he'd just show up and talk to Jeff Fahey and then leave. And then the next scene, he's dressed up in normal clothes, working at the chop shop. And then the next scene, he's wearing the suit again. Well, what is he, fucking superhero? Is it the Mexican superhero over here? Machete is the you know, Mexicans' answer to Superman, Super Machete. Either way, all I know is this movie was stupefyingly boring. This is a boring, lackluster, unimaginative waste of time. So anyway, Thanks for watching my rant on Machete. I don't care how long it is. It's however long it needed to be. I needed this. It feels good to get this off my chest. And stay tuned for more, rants on Machete and his fucking boring ass, can't do shit, can't move worth shit, and can't even say a one-liner with any ounce of emotion worth the shit either. And his movies aren't worth the shit either. So yeah, I'm being repetitive. Just like this movie, repeating its stupid-ass joke over and over again that isn't funny. And the border, and the border, and the border, and the border, and fuck the border, and fuck Robbie Rod, and fuck this movie. Good night!